Welcome to the Quanta video tutorials, the performance analytics solution for e-commerce. In this video, I will show you how to optimize your page loading times. Using the Quanta profiling module, you will be guided through different steps of the creation of your page in order to break down the server response time. Quanta will pinpoint the problem precisely so that together with your agency or developer, you can act quickly in order to lower your loading times. First, go to the web scenario page. The web scenarios are different URL tested by Quanta's probes in order to simulate a visitor's behavior and buying process on your website. You can also analyze the response time of each one of your pages by looking at the average page loading time on the selected time window. You can of course change this window by selecting predefined periods like here, last week. The average page loading time will of course change, as well as the minimum and the maximum. For our examples, I will focus on the product page, which has a loading time of 2 seconds, a really high page loading time. I can still benchmark each one of the steps using the red bar above my chart and that we talked about in the previous video. It indicates me that above 450 milliseconds of page loading time, the negative impact can be felt on conversion rate but also on your SEO. I can now click on more details in order to get more insight on this product page. There are two graphs. The bottom graph is the network details of the step queries. There are the network details, for instance, redirection, DNS resolution, server connection, and so on. If you want to have even more details regarding one of these indicators, you can go on the help section and type definition of Quanta's indicators, and you will have the definition of each one of the indicators that you can see on our platform. The top graph shows distinction between time spent inside Magento and time spent outside Magento. The time spent outside Magento is mainly composed by time spent on processes inside the server, and you can analyze it with your hoster, or you can also have more details in the system section on the sidebar. The total Magento time can be broken down by clicking on more details on the right of the screen. Here you'll find the details of the Magento stack. Even if this is more relevant to developers, there is no need to know how to code to see one color dominates. Here, for instance, I can see a yellow dominance, which corresponds to the layout rendering time. I can click on more details. You can still access more information about any step by clicking on the more details button that interests you. In the layout rendering time details, I can see the top 10 Magento blocks that took most of the time to load. They are gathered in a circle-shaped form to make it easier to read. You can also see the block's SQL time and the number of SQL requests. Then a description of the blocks can be found. Its class, its tempo, the time spent on these blocks rendering time, the number of SQL requests made, and the time spent by these requests. You can then select the blocks that are interesting for you on the hitbox and click on See the blocks detail. You can now analyze each block's loading time, work on it with your IT or your agency to enhance the slowest ones in order to save quickly and efficiently a large amount of page loading time. Optimize your conversion rate and your SEO.